Alright y'all, so today doing a fuel pump on a Dodge 2000 Dakota today. So got a quart tank of gas in it. I'm going to start by taking out some of these screws for the filler neck. Okay, these are T25. There's 3 of them. This truck has a lift on it, so we're not going to really need to do picking. We're not going to really need to put it on jack stands. So it's high enough up that doing a fuel pump on it, I'm not going to really need to pick it up. So we're going to have to disconnect these filler tubes, and I'm going to do it from right here, okay? So I'm not necessarily taking down a bracket from it. I'm just going to shoot here and here and remove these two with a pick and pull them off. And we're going to start working on tank straps. So you can see their strap goes in there. There's a big long bolt that we're going to hit with PB Blaster. Okay, so that one and that one, and there's a few other things like the charcoal canister up front we're going to start working on. So let's start working from the front to the back. Okay, take a look. Okay, we're going to start pulling some of these connections off this box. So we got to remember where these go. We're actually going to take it down and shoot out, but first we're going to take off our connections. Okay, so biggest one, middle size, smallest one, boom boom boom. Okay, from there we can shoot this thing out. We have a nut here and a bolt here. Okay, well, a bolt, a nut, and a nut. So we're going to take the whole thing down and off. Okay, okay, so this is a 15mm bolt right here. Okay, 15mm nut. I'm going to set that in here. Okay, so we got one more to pull off. This sits in the frame, so you need to be careful of that. Okay, one that's up here, and then this one right here. Okay, and you can see you got to take this wing out. It's kind of mandatory, dude, to get them out, just to remove this. But once you have it loose enough, you can pull it through. See? Okay, it was a charcoal canister. See, we got some room now. It's that mount, bro. You can see it sits up in there. There's a bolt right up on top. Okay, we're gonna take that out. So we're gonna use this. There's a leak down here too, bro. Transfer case maybe? What's up with that? That looks like transmission fluid on the drive shaft too. Alright, so we got this out. Okay, I just noticed this leak. Wonder where that coming from here. Transmission. That's a pan gasket, bro. Or rear main. That might be a rear main. That looks like engine oil, but it's also transmission fluid. So I'm like, well, it's on the bolt right there. I think it needs a pan gasket. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I use PB Blaster. Just a little bit here, okay? There's a reason why I do that, okay? Loosen this up, sure, okay? I gotta get up out of here real quick. I'm grabbing my coffee. Sorry, a little bit of a break, but okay, so use a 1/4" ratchet and a 7mm. You can break these clamps loose. Okay, you can't really get an electric ratchet in here unless you take the mud flap out. Really no point, bro. Just do it this way, you'll be a lot happier. Okay, you got hell room to go loose with it. Okay, so you can see some people might say even take that crossbar out, but I mean you can if you want to. If you want to be throwing extra time into it, go on ahead. I'm one about time. Time's important, bro. So once you get these loose, okay, what I do is I get them loose enough, okay, so they slip over here, so you don't lose them when you pull that off, okay. That's why I do it that way. A lot of people leave them on the pipes and go pulling. Just do it that way, bro. There's no tension on it. You don't lose the clamps. You're not messing around. Sometimes I put new ones on them, to be honest. Like if they are really old and they won't move and they're rusted, I'll just replace them. So grab yourself replacement clamps if you need them. Ain't just a Dodge thing, bro. It's any fuel pump. So this one, you can see I just popped it out of there. I ran one screw back in real quick. Why? Well, I might pull it all the way out. I don't know. I'm kind of the dude that just I do shit a certain way. So we'll pull these out the way. We're gonna have to pop the hood. Okay. Where's the parking brake release? There you go, bro. Okay. Let's pop this baby. Alright. So we're gonna go up for a second. I need to relieve fuel pressure from this thing, okay? Okay, so we got a 3/8 line tool on it. We'll push in, push out. Off it goes, okay? You have to use these tools to get them out. Okay? Buy these at Harbor Freight. This one's a 3/8, okay? Okay, so from here, alright, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit, but you're going to use some 90-degree picks on this, okay? And the reason is, if they're not too brittle, okay, you can slip a pick in there and do it this way. The problem is these get really stiff and hard, okay, over time. But you can run your picks along them, okay? Don't poke holes in the motherfucker. Just enough. You can split the seal between that pipe and that right there. So you want to make sure you have the 90 pick. See how it just popped like that? So now, watch, bro. You can see how it's going to give for me now. As long as you pop that seal between that rubber and that aluminum, you just want to hold it like this, okay? See how that don't come off? Easy. I'm recording on my chest right now, so this is weird, bro. But this one, okay, you want to get this pick in between the aluminum and the rubber. This can be a pain in the ass, by the way, okay? And if you need to reconnect them a certain way, okay, that's why you loosen up those torque screws up top. So if you need to, you can do it a certain way. But if you feel like you ain't got the room or this or that, I actually could probably do it like that. Probably film it like that. That's it. Okay, well, those two disconnected. Okay, so good. I leave one screw in there because when you're going back in, it gives you some flex room to work. So that's why there's one screw in there. So take two out, leave the bottom one in. So you have that flex room when you're installing it that you can pull down and slip over instead of it being stiff as a motherfucker and you can't get it out. Okay, so those go above. Well, actually below, but we don't pull it out anyway, you see. Some people take that whole assembly out. I don't fucking around. So when it comes to me, I do shit a certain way. So see, that fuel rail that I just pulled did not have any pressure in it, bro. It was done. It was empty, bro. There was nothing in there. So this thing definitely is dying. So you see, it's about to give. One thing I am going to tell you is do this. Sorry, I got shit in my eye, bro. I got shit in my eye. But do these evenly, okay? So, get under the drive line here. Now, you got that sitting like that, okay? We're going to do this one evenly. Okay, that one's out. Flip that right there, okay? You see how that hanger's sitting in there, okay? We're going to go up. Shoot this one last, okay? Oh, there goes the strap. So you can see, okay, this one came out differently. Other one, the stud on there, okay? So the stud, we leave that clip up in there, okay? Set that over there. So we're gonna move this out the way. Slide down. We're gonna take out a strap, okay? So pull this under the drive line. Like so. Let's go. Where's that clamp again, bro? I'm gonna set it up there. So you can see it slips in this hole, okay? So if you turn it to the side, like so, you can get it to pop, okay? But it has to turn a certain way and come out. If it turns a certain way, it'll just pop right out. So you see I can shift the tank a little bit. Shift the tank, pull it out. There's the strap, okay? Next one over there. These really ain't that bad, especially if you have a lift, bro. Like if you have big tires on the beam, you really don't have to jack the thing up versus like the last Dakota that you saw me do. I was like, shit, my ass was all over that thing. So pull the strap down, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing. Shift the tank, okay? You see how it turned? You can turn it this way, okay? Technically, you can drop it how it is, but you have to take the strap out of it. So I'm trying to find a place to put it without the sun in my eyes. Probably gonna see it coming this way with it is most. Sitting like that. Push. There ain't like no gas in that bee. So what we're gonna do, you don't want to gouge the tank, dude. So I'm gonna pick it up enough like that. There it goes. Okay, front tank strap, or the front tank strap, rear tank strap. Okay. So from here, we're gonna pop this off. I'm gonna lower our tank down a bit, okay? See? Hey, there it is. We're gonna let it sit just like that. Why? So we can do this edge on the ground, okay? That side's still kicked up. That's why it's important to have a transmission jack, so it doesn't fall all the way off and crash, okay? So from here, you can see all your lines, okay? All of them. So what we need to do, see how it runs is ventilation from there to there. There, ventilation. It's all in one, okay? So only real stuff you have to disconnect. That thing's undone. That thing's gonna snap the fuck off somewhere. A wire? Yeah, there's a loose wire. That ain't fucking good. So we're gonna go through it and see what's good. We have to detach a wiring harness first. Oh, we gotta detach this one. Like that, we're gonna get a certain way where this can pop out. And make sure you don't damage those clips. See, there goes fuel pressure out of it. So we can see in here pretty good. You need to detach that, okay? That's all. I don't know where that fuel pump wire goes. We're gonna see, but it's split, bro. So that I done seen up top, it was split. That one go. There's a lot of split wires up here, bro. We're looking at that Pro RGB controller. So it's empty. It's an empty cut, but it looks like it went to probably some trailer lights, like a trailer light setup that got clipped. Spare tire gone too. I don't know what happened there. Now we're coming all the way down. How would you do that? Well, I'm just gonna bring it all the way out. All the way out, bro. So we're gonna grab it from right here. Oh, grab these tubes while I'm down, okay? The hard part about this is getting it back on the jack, okay? Slide it. See, because this motherfucker right here, it don't come with a clip. So we have to take this clip off carefully, okay? Take a small pick on each side, up under, kick that wing, and kick that wing. Okay, salvage the clip, okay? I'll be done counting out. Split it one way or another, so okay, so see, I think the reason what's going on here, why it's so fucked up. Okay. I think the pickup sock is stuffed, okay? There's some residual in this pump. So what I'm going to do is probably disconnect and maybe get this out. So the sealing ring's got to go with it. We need to make sure none of this shit gets in the tank, okay? None of it. Okay. So we're gonna go from here straight into the box. Like I said, here we go straight into the box. The reason why I do this is you can see where your level sits too, okay? see that pickup sock, it tends to clog up, and then you get shoddy fuel flow through it. Okay. So we're gonna put the fuel level on it. First thing we're gonna do is new sealing ring. What holds it in place is right there. And snap in like that. Okay. So the leveler adjusts with it. Okay. So from here we got the level on. That's good. The new pumps are pretty much put together. So when you install, you're gonna do it like this. The level goes in first, and then the pickup sock. Okay. Okay. So you can see it's starting to fold already. We got a seal in there, almost all the way. So I need to make sure that this seal right here don't fold up and give us major problems. So what I'm trying to do is shove down. Okay. Now look. It seals in, seals in, seals in. Seal is in on all sides. You have to use a pick on all sides. Make sure you're in all the way. That's how you do it, okay? You can 90 pick around the outside and get the lip up over it. From here, we all run it like this. Wires aren't pinching. Make sure that this black wire doesn't get pinched, okay? We're gonna go back in. The way we do it is reverse, so. Okay. Before we do that, just blue clip. Okay. You want to stick this blue clip back over. Like that. Make sure you do not fuck that thing up. If you do, you're going to a junkyard to pick up a new one because you cannot fucking find them. I keep spares, to be honest. If you do fuel pumps, keep spares. But I'm probably just going to do this for safe keep so I don't ruin a fucking hose. What am I doing, bro? I can use an AC Delco with this if I wanted to, but make sure you got a 1/4-inch ratchet and a 7mm. I'll probably do a damn toolless for it and whatever, bro. It's cool. But the 7mm, you can use a flathead screwdriver for them. I just use the appropriate shit, to be honest. So we're gonna do this the dumb way. You can disconnect these in there if you want to, but going back in, we're not gonna take any chances on wrecking the return lines, okay? Don't mix these up either, which is kind of hard to do because the aluminum for the other side will match it. So remember, the skinnier one is towards the front of the truck, and the one that is a little bit bigger is towards the back. So okay, the thing I would recommend to you is don't get anything in the tank. Make sure you kind of get stuff out of the way. So this one goes to more front of the vehicle here. It is really in there. Oh, there we go. You see that's a little problem. Okay. In there. So you may have a problem here that if you drop it and you dump it, it's going to come flying out. So you can put radiator caps and power steering caps over them if you want to keep it closed. I'm just going on up, bro. That's how it is. Make sure I don't even need the strap on this thing. I don't even know why it's on there. Right, transmission, I didn't. So you're gonna have it like this, okay? Yeah, this one's coming on down over here. I lost a nut for it. What time now? So and make sure if you're using a transmission jack, we're gonna have it so this is facing the front of the car, okay? You can use this here, or you can pick it up right here. And what I'm gonna do is try and find a solid place like that I can stick you. And we're gonna go up, okay? Make sure you're in the valley here of where it goes in, okay? So up, and stick it as far as we can. We're gonna slide to the front of the truck. So our hands are like this, okay? Reach up and see if you can grab the strap like that and shove it. So shove the jack just like that, okay? Which is kind of good. But if you have a jack under the nose, okay, you can balance this thing and you're not worried about sliding off. So you balance it with a solid jack like that, and you got the transmission on that one. That's one way to do it, especially if you have a lot of gas in it, okay? But you see that's pressing up against that back axle. So where it's going to go in is probably a little bit more towards this way, okay? So we're going to go like that. But you see how that holds it? So it don't tip, bro. So what we can do from here is, you see these are going to have to reattach once they come up that way. So we're going to reattach them. There's like no room, so I might have to do it the other way. Okay, that shit needs to go this way, okay? So you see that? You can see we have to aim it. You have to kind of establish your clip a little bit in a certain position. So when it goes in, you ain't fucking fighting it, okay? There, like that. We in. That loose wire, I don't like that shit because it could be connected to the battery, but we can always just run it over the tank like that. So we're gonna situate that here in just a minute. All done up top. So what you need to do is line up this strap right here. You'll see you can go up. So we'll go up a little more. Up a little more. Now you see them tubes. Oh shit. We need to go up on the jack. Okay. Takes a little bit of slide over here. Organize it to where that's up, okay? That's up. Up. Okay. Now we set. Okay, so what you need to do is, from here, you're gonna see how far is my strap. See, right here. So you need to get your strap in there, like that, okay? And it's gonna hang down, and we're gonna pick it all the way up and put one in. The last thing I'm gonna do is get these pipes on, okay? You see I got them in the right position. So boom, boom. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. And the reason is because you have stretch. You have stretch back and forth. That wire pissing me off, bro. Okay. Now we got one strap in. It's a hell of a lot easier to move shit around, okay? That one's in. Put it from right there so I got room for the strap. So, then we're gonna need is this piece of hardwood. Come on. Okay. I say to do this for a reason, because if you don't, you're gonna have problems. So make sure you do this, so if you have to pull that tank out later on, do another pump or do whatever you have to do, these will come easily out of that hole, okay? So, last one we have is right here. So our straps are back in. This little wire right here, bro, we're gonna have to figure something out about it. So I'm gonna talk to him about it and let him know, like, yo, you got a wire issue here. Okay, we got this here, this here. We're just gonna run this back in, so I'll button it up. I might have to switch cameras because I think mine's dying right now, and that's a way easier way of dealing with shit than getting your ass whooped the entire time. Okay, 15. 15. Now we're gonna go here. Okay, let's see. Let's go down like this. So, and then you can see. See if I can. I feel like it's all the way in, whatever. There's the biggest one. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. There's one more nut. It goes over right there. And here, okay? This is a 13. So I'm gonna button this one up, okay? Just button it up real quick. Last couple things I need to do is get the fill pipe done. First, we're gonna do this. We're gonna stick our line back on and pull on that to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, okay? Okay. What's that? Replacement clamp. That one's sealed pretty damn good. We're pretty much good to go. We're done. Whole thing's done. We just got to pull everything out. So, hell of a ride, but they're really not that bad. I think it took me about an idea to replace all 4 of those hose clamps in there. And a lot of it is I've had a few of them that I've done in my past where I had to freaking cut the things off, or they busted off, or they were that bad. So the one truck that I always have to do that on is Ranger. Any of the fucking Rangers, dude. The Rangers are like rust buckets. I don't know why they're like that, but every Ford Ranger that I work on is a rust bucket. These ones are not that bad, but they can be. It depends on mileage and where you live, okay? Shit. You hear that motherfucker in the background? That motherfucker was good. That motherfucker run good. I didn't think much. And I mean, that thing, no more stalling, no more problems. That thing run good, homie. I don't know. My ass got a magic touch. But you can hear it back there running, man. That thing sounds good. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is. So I got my transmission jack in the passenger seat, bro. It's dumb as hell. Oh yeah, bro. That motherfucker run good, but you can see that thing got hella nice headlights. It's a nice truck, bro. That's a nice truck. That's one of my regular customers too. So he does roofing. Okay, so if you are a person that needs a roof redone, I'm gonna put his business in the video right now. Okay, so if you need any roofs done, at the end of this video I'm gonna throw in his business information. This guy that I just worked for, he is an amazing roofer. He has an amazing crew. Talk to this dude. Good people. I hope y'all are well. Love y'all. Peace out. Lone Wolf.